you thinking about moving to Raleigh, North Carolina? Or maybe you're looking at CARY or Wake Forest or Durham or Chapel Hill. Regardless, if you're looking to relocate anywhere to the Triangle area, or if you already live here and you're considering a move, then you're going to want to stay tuned because I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on in our housing market. Thanks for joining me. A couple of announcements before I get started sharing the data. I wanted to let everybody know that this update is only going to occur on the first of every month moving forward. So you will be seeing me again on July 1st, and then it'll be August 1st. We're not going to be doing it weekly anymore, and here's why. When I started doing this, it was because the market was so fast. There were predictions that the Raleigh market prices were going to increase by 24%. And actually, we did see that in many areas. But now that it's been starting to slow down, the changes are just subtle. And so they're not happening as fast as they were earlier in the year. And for that reason, I don't think it's necessary to do this every single week. And I'll think that we'll see more movement if we just do it once a month. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so that you don't forget to come back on the first of every month to see what's going on in our housing market. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is just a reminder that my information is only for resale homes. We are not looking at new construction in any of this data. So starting off in Apex, we're showing a median price of $570,000. That's for the active listings for sale today. There are 114 homes for sale, and the price per square foot is $245, which is up only $2 since March. And here you can see a graph on how we have been watching the median price in Apex since March. Apex was one of the towns that we added in March. And you can actually see that we're sitting just a little over 550 right now, which is pretty much where we were when we started in March. In CARY, our median price is $640,000. We have 160 active listings and $263 a square foot. That's actually up $20 since March. So CARY is definitely one of the hottest areas in the Triangle. And for that reason, it looks like the prices are going up. And so here you can see the chart on CARY, and we actually started watching CARY in January, and the prices were under $500,000, and they haven't been there since. We saw a spike in February, and now we see it hunkering down a little bit below $650,000. In Chapel Hill, the median price is $770,000. We have 97 active listings and $277 a square foot, up $5 since March. And Chapel Hill just seems to be a mountain that you're climbing, and it just keeps on getting taller. So we'll be interested to see how this continues as the market changes. In Clayton, the median price is $442,000. There are 116 active listings, and the price per square foot is $196. So definitely a more affordable place to live in our area, but that is up $10 since March. And you can see that Clayton is inching its way towards the $450,000 median price point, started off just a little above $400,000. In Durham, the median price is $430,000. We have 285 active listings and $232 a square foot, which has been very consistent since we started watching Durham. In Fuquay-Varina, the median price is $480,000. We have 73 active listings, $203 a square foot. That is actually down since March, down by $11. So that's the first one that we're seeing that's actually starting to go down with our changing market. In Garner, the median price is $425,000, 49 active listings and $197 a square foot, up $5. In Holly Springs, we have $525,000, 58 listings with $232 a square foot. That's up $27 since March. So Holly Springs is definitely one of those areas being very close to Apex that's sort of benefiting from the crazy market going on in Apex. And so those prices are up significantly. I added Knightdale to the list today per the suggestion of one of my viewers. The median price in Knightdale is $476,000. We have 21 active listings and $191 a square foot. KNIGHTDALE is a super location close to downtown Raleigh, also easily accessible to I-540 to get you into RTP. So at $191 a square foot, you can get a whole lot more house for your money. In Raleigh, the median price is $459. We have 486 active listings and $230 a square foot. That's up $6 since March. We have about the same amount of listings as we had the previous week, 1,500 and change. And Raleigh is just like slow and steady. It's just sort of barely inching up in price point. In Wake Forest, the median price is $565. We have 107 active listings and $218 a square foot, only up $5 since March. And Zebulon, we have just added to the list as well, has a median price of only $395. There are 33 active listings and $191 a square foot. Zebulon is very, very easily accessible to a main highway to get you into Raleigh. Now we're going to look at the amount that people are paying over the list price when these homes are closing. So we're just looking at the last 30 days. We're looking at homes that have closed since May 12th. And down here, you can see all the cities we're watching and the number in parentheses of homes that actually closed in that price point. So we're going to break it down by price point, starting with under $300,000. You can see that $10,000 to maybe $15,000 over the list price is what these homes are selling for. So our market really started to cool kind of at the end of April, early May. So we're curious to see if these numbers are actually going to start getting closer to even, where maybe people are just going to be paying the list price instead of significantly more. But we can already see that this is decreasing by about $5,000 across the board. In the $300,000 to $500,000 price point, also saw some slight decreases in the amount over the listing price that people are paying. Obviously, Holly Springs is, the hot town in this price point right now, over $40,000 over the listing price, and Chapel Hill still very competitive as one of the most expensive parts of town to live in. So what was really interesting this week is that in this $500,000 to $800,000 price point, we actually saw an increase in how much over the listing price people were paying. I mean, it was subtle, but it was definitely an increase, with the exception of the more rural areas of Clayton, Fuquay, and Garner. In the $800,000 to $1.2 million price point, again, didn't see any sort of slowing in the amount over the listing price that people are paying for these homes. And in the luxury market over 1.2 million, Fuquay had some representation of 3, but sold for under $100,000. And Durham, again, super duper impressive. There was a listing in Durham listed for $1,080,000 that actually closed for 1.52. So that definitely affected the data, but there were plenty that were, in that $200,000 range. So that was interesting to see. So again, come back on July 1st and then August 1st. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Share it with a friend who you think might find this information interesting, and check out my other videos.